Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video I am going to talk about MongoDB. How do we set up MongoDB in our local, and then in fact I'm going to start one playlist where I'll be talking about MongoDB, then how do we use MongoDB with Spring Boot, and basically then we'll go ahead with MongoDB geospatial search, basically the geo searching, how we can put some coordinates and leverage the capability of MongoDB, right? Where we can basically search for all the locations within particular radius, then basically how we can basically sort the coordinates in ascending, descending order within some with distance, miles, kilometers, all those things. Okay. So yeah, so earlier it's been a long time that I'm posting another video and I'm going to start another playlist. So if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you like the video, hit like button. And basically, if you are interested to learn AWS, I do have already one playlist, right, where I think I got very good response from the viewers as well, and really I really appreciate for watching these videos. So if you are interested, you can go ahead and watch this playlist. Okay, so without wasting time, let me get into the topic, right, which we want to cover today. So first of all, MongoDB is one NoSQL database, and I no need to get basics into what is relational and what is NoSQL database. So basically, I'll start directly how we can install the Mongo Community Edition in our local, and basically then we can install the Mongo Compass, which is the Mongo client where we can create database, create collections, and basically play around the DB activities there, right? Creating index and creating collections, putting some data, all those things we'll be looking today. So that is the basic we need to know, right? Before we get into coding with Spring Boot or Spring Data Mongo or anything, right? So what you do, you come over here and basically search for MongoDB for Windows. If you are in MongoDB, basically if you are using MacBook or anything else, right? Based on that, you can just search it. So let me hit MongoDB for Windows, and it will show the MongoDB community server. So just to give you one background, right? I think MongoDB is popular because of it's a cluster basically. Whenever you go ahead with the MongoDB Atlas version, right, here they have mentioned about that as well. MongoDB Atlas, where you can get lots of facilities like auto scaling, serverless instances, full text search. There are lots of other things, for which you can try for free, that also. But for our learning, right, I think MongoDB Community Edition is enough. And you click on this download button. I have already downloaded it. It takes some time, so that is the reason I have already downloaded it, so that we can go ahead. So once you downloaded it, right, it will be it will get downloaded to any of the particular folder, maybe your download folder anywhere. So once this is downloaded, it is MSI version or Windows installer, right? So you double click on this and you follow the steps basically to install the MongoDB Community Edition in your system. Once it is installed, right, it will install Mongo Compass as well, which is nothing but your Mongo client. Basically, MongoDB client, like Oracle SQL Developer is there, right, where you interact with the database. Similarly, we have Mongo Compass as well, and for that also you can search MongoDB. But the moment you are installing the MongoDB Community Edition, right, by default this Compass will get installed, so you no need to worry about that, or you no need to download separately. But if you want to download that, if it is not getting installed in case, you can just search in Google MongoDB Compass, come over here, download it, and you can install it. Okay. So let me do one thing. Let me now go to MongoDB Compass. I think, yeah. So this is the one, MongoDB Compass, which is already installed. It takes a while because I think I just restarted my system. So yeah, but it's okay. So if you see, right, by default the URI here, if you see, right, it is because I did not set up any username and password. So that is the reason you can see. So this URI string, what all it can be there, right? Let's say if you are using in your organization, right, definitely there will be username, password, and there will be different login mechanism as well, right? If it is standalone, it will be like basically MongoDB, then this is the host name and port name, right? And then basically we can have a number of things: username, password, host, default, uh, auth DB. Basically, if you see other options are also there. If you go ahead, what are the different? If you want to, they have set up with LDAP authentication, right? What is the authentication source? What is the authentication mechanism? All those things will be there. So you can go over here, but let's don't complicate it. So I'll just close it. Yeah, so for now, as because it is in my local host and by default port is this one and mongoDB colon double slash, that is the URI string, right? And we have even advanced connection options and all, so which we'll discuss later, maybe when we'll talk about authentication, right? I was talking about the auth mechanism, but let's don't get into these things now. We can just see how mongoDB works. Okay, so just click on connect. So by default, whenever it will be installed, right, there will be a couple of databases created already. Like in this case, it is admin, config, and local. So in admin and config, I don't think anything will be there. But if you see in local, right, I think this I created earlier, so that is there. But the startup underscore log, right, it was not created by myself. It was already there. Okay. So if you see, right, all the basically build info and start time local, all these things are there. So maybe this is the log, right? So you can just have a look when you started the instance, when you logged in, all these things will be over here. So let's do one thing. Let's create our own database. So that is the best way, right? Let's say if you have any requirement, let me create one database called, okay. Okay, in any database name you can give. All right, then restaurant details let me give, so that okay, let me give database name as well, restaurant. Okay, so this is the collection name. So if you are creating any database, let's give one, create one collection as well where we can put some data. And you can create this as a time series database as well, where you want to have, let's say, a huge amount of data periodically over a period of time, right? Basically, if you want it to be archived or something, or a period of time, the data will grow like anything. Okay, in that case, you can select that. And we have different additional preferences where you can go with capped collections, use custom collections, cluster collections. There are other things. So later, maybe we'll discuss about that. But for now, let's create database with this. Okay, so now my database got created, and along with that, I have one collection also which got created. Okay, so if you want to create any additional collections over here, let's say database is already there, you can click over here. This plus symbol is there, and you can create any collection. Test collection, again the same thing, right? That time series and all, it will ask for you. So if you see, collection will get created, right? So let me drop the collections, because this is how even it will ask for you to basically confirm again. So you need to type for that collection name and then click on drop collection. Okay, so now that we have the collections, basically we need to import data, right? So here you can click on import data, or you can click on add data over here, right? And there we get two options: insert document and import JSON or CSV file, right? So let's do one thing. Let's so as MongoDB, as I did not discuss about what is MongoDB, like what is NoSQL and all. These are prerequisite. Our focus in this playlist would be how do we connect to MongoDB using Spring Boot, right? So I just want to make it free size and cover it as soon as possible, so that we can actually get into the coding part, right? So it's a NoSQL database, right? Where it is key value pair, JSON key value pair will be there, right? It's a JSON document. So you can import any JSON document which is there, right? So I have already one JSON document I prepared, but let me show you how can you insert any data or insert any document, right? So if you click on insert document, first step, right? It is basically it is giving you one example as well, and this is nothing but your JSON format, right? So let me copy one, just one object from JSON, right? And let me put it over here. So let me give ID as let's say 1, 2, 3 over here, and insert. And if you can see here, right, document got inserted. So this is one way, and again you can edit it from here if you want to edit any data, anything, you can do it from here. And different views are also there. You can have tabular view as well. Basically, even though it's a JSON, right? But still you can have tabular view. You can have JSON view. So there are different views you can play around. Similarly, let's do one thing: import JSON or CSV file. So when you click on this, right, you can select JSON file or CSV file. Again, CSV also comma separated, right? It will have some header and then data. So that key value pair, it will automatically convert to JSON and it will import to the database. So I have the JSON file which I was showing over here, right? I'm going to import that entire document. Let's say it will have a number of records. At a time you can insert it, right? So you can select this option, stop on errors. If there are any errors, it should stop over there, right? Okay, so what it says is duplicate key error collections, right? So duplicate key is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So that is how it will stop over there. Okay, so let's go and fix that first. So if you see here, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Intentionally I did that so that I can show you this, right? So let's change this to 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, and let's try again. Okay. All right, stop on error. Okay, maybe we need to rephrase this. Let me do one thing, delete entirely. Okay, if you see here, right, it is already, because it was kind of where till where it could add, right, it added, and when it hit the error, right, basically there it stopped. So basically this data is already there, so I need to delete it. Basically I need to clean up and then I should try again, right? So hopefully this time it should work. Let's see how it goes. Okay, great. So now we have all these 3 records got inserted. Similarly, you can have n number of records. Okay, so that is how you can insert document. Let's say you want to query something here, right? I think you can, again, it's a JSON request only. So you just type ID colon, let's say you want to search for ID 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, and simply you just hit enter. That particular record will be displayed. Similarly, if you want to search based on restaurant name, okay, I think, let me search. Paradise was there or not? Yeah. So if you see here, right, that particular. So this is how we can, and if you want to have multiple criteria, basically you can have then and city equal to, again you can do, let's say, Hyderabad, right? So it will return the same record because I have not changed that. So let me change it to Pista House. See, that particular record is getting fetched. So, and it is very fast. Okay, MongoDB is very fast as compared to your relational database. So now that I have we have the data, right, basically, but if you see now I want to insert one more record, right? I just wanted to show you one thing. Why no SQL? Because it is not predefined schema will not be there. Let's say now you want to insert another document and you want to add one more key over there, right? Let's say phone number is there, or let's say zip code is there, correct? And you want to add, let's say, fax number. Okay, so let's put any random data. Okay, let's do one thing. Insert document. Insert not permitted while documents contains error. So here maybe it is not showing the error over here. Okay, we just copied this. Let's do insert document. Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's change it to 4.8. Okay, then let's add comma. Okay, so fax number, and you can put something, and you can insert the document. So if you see here, right, here fax number was not there, but here we added it and it allowed. But in relational database, you need to first alter the table, add that particular column, then only you can add data, which is not there in case of NoSQL. Okay, so that is the benefit, and real time during runtime also we can modify or we can add additional attributes, and that is how the e-commerce applications right nowadays, they always prefer NoSQL database. So there are other things which I might cover in different videos, but I just want to show you that I was talking about the geo searching and all, right? So this coordinate is a special thing, which is a GeoJSON basically. If you see the format, right, location type is point, and we have coordinates, which is nothing but your longitude and latitude. So if I go to schema over here, right, and I will click on analyze schema, the other fields, right, ID, city, this is a type of string, fax number, all type of string it shows, right? But if you see this location, it talks about coordinates, right? And if you see here, right, it is showing 3 dots here, correct? So that map is not properly shown here. So maybe I just need to create one index, and let me do that, create index. Okay, we can select one field as location, select a type, we need to select as 2D sphere. I'll discuss in my next video how we can do that. Okay, then again, let me analyze and see if there are any difference. If you see, okay, city is Hyderabad. Okay, so this particular map, so all these 3 dots, right, these are basically the coordinates that we have specified, that is basically pointing in our map. So somehow it will not show exactly full-fledged map over here, but the moment we analyzed it, you can see the type is as coordinates. It is not like your normal string or anything, right? So these are all different capabilities or the basics of MongoDB and MongoDB Compass, how we can do that, right? I just talked about. So index also I showed you how to create location 2D sphere index. Similarly, you can create n number of indexes over here. Okay. Okay, so that's all for this particular video. I think in my next video, maybe I will cover other things about MongoDB and how we can start the coding for Spring Boot. Okay, how we can connect from Spring Boot to MongoDB and how we can leverage the geo searching capabilities. So what we'll be doing, right? We'll try to fetch all the restaurant within particular range. Let's say from one user within 5 miles of distance, right? How many restaurants are there? Okay, and that maybe we can, based on the sorted distance you see in Google Map or Bing Map anywhere, right? So similarly, we'll try to do that over here. Okay, so that's all about this video, and thanks for watching the video. And if you like, please do hit the like button, and please do subscribe to my channel and share with your peers. Okay, thanks for watching the video again.